Sports continues its coverage of Super Wild Card Weekend. It's the Falcons and the Vikings, and it's all up next.
It seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52, and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium. Tonight we continue with Wild Card Weekend with what should be a great one between the Atlanta Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season. To get to the playoffs, intensity level will be off the charts.
And off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Louisville Cardinal, Teddy Bridgewater.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against his secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
Bridgewater going to throw right away. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 24.
On second down, a run with Carter. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
The job of any linebacker involves having no strength to fight off a blocker and get the ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Trey Hendrickson. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Trey Hendrickson drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up fourth down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Returnable for Lockett. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Lawrence. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field and brings up 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Lawrence to throw. Touchdown Falcons! Tyler Lockett, a 7-yard touchdown grab. I think that's the dream start right there. The defense stands up on the opening drive, then they go right down the field and score.
It's a positive start for your offense and your defense. And when you're talking about playoff football, what a great way to get things going.
Everything is magnified and amped up a little bit more.
To put it mildly.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive of 4 plays. And it ends with a Tyler Lockett touchdown. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. I guess you could say they're kind of fortunate to be in the position that they're in, able to host as a division champ, because it's really one of the weakest divisions in the NFL.
And there's often the discussion every time, right, that 4th seed, should they actually be hosting? Because sometimes it turns out that division winner has a lesser record than wild card teams that get in, and some people think that'd be a more fair way of doing things. But I got to tell you, I personally like it. The winning a division title, I don't care what the division, how it's ranked, it still means something to me, and I like the fact that they get to host.
I think that that's the reason you have the divisions. If you didn't, just stack them all up and take the best 6 records. But there's a division for a reason. The champion hosts the first round.
And the first rule of thumb in building a team, build a team to win your division. Beat those teams first, then you go from there.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Marlon Humphrey on the coverage.
Now it's Lockett. Oh, good move. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They go play action now. Lawrence. He's going to get this complete here to Lockett. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 23 yards, the final tally. early.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. The throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 of the 12. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. This is caught. Touchdown. Robert Tunyon. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Falcons are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimal level.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make the score 14-0. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. The defense, they weren't fooled on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field, but still had it covered, yet they were able to come up with a nice play.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Bridgewater to throw it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Now Bridgewater. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. To the air again with Bridgewater. Forced out to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. The 3rd down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage.
It's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their back to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
For the field goal on 23-yard attempt.
And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
They almost push them to the brink. They partner almost to the point now. What's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Now Lawrence.
It's complete to Lockett. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break managed to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Now Carter to start the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Another tote for Carter.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Carter.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At their 48-yard line.
Throwing is Bridgewater. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere. He completes it to Henry. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well, and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, now Lawrence. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Lawrence will throw.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
Oh, nice move. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
53 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, Amari Cooper, it's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection you miss might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
McCaffrey diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league. But this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
And now out comes Minnesota. So they won their division and earned the right to play at home in the first round of the playoffs, but this one is not going to script so far.
Nowhere did they have the thought process that they'd be down double digits. But the good thing is it's the first half. You and I know, I mean, you've been with me long enough now. Hang with the game plan. Stay the course for a while. Don't panic and change up things. Keep grinding. Long way to go in this ball.
That was my question to you. You don't throw everything away at this point. Stay on course.
And stay on course. Obviously, you want to eliminate the things that have caused you to be down double digits. But at the same time, you're not getting it all back in one play. Keep going. The game plan was put in there for a reason.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
It's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, you got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. .42-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And it will be Falcon football.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. It's complete to Hopkins. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 63 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific. in this first half.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. He's got the connection to Cooper. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. He finds Hopkins complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throw left side, McCaffrey's got it. Touchdown, Falcons! Christian McCaffrey. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Falcons continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Open man right side is Cup, complete.
It's a pickup of 3.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the counter, Carter. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Carter. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw is Bridgewater. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down. On first down, Funk. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. From the 17, Bridgewater. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body, and he was able to get in there and make a great play.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy with what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why they look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And his kick is indeed good, and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, Jordan need a break. You obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try to play the comeback.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done.
Looking for Rocket, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So maybe some signs of life here. This is about a defense. They've been all over the map here in this first half, but they're coming through with a big play.
And sometimes that one play is what you need. And it sounds overly simple, but this is a team that was close to being down and out before halftime. So to come back and return the interception for a touchdown, that's big.
Yeah, maybe it can serve, Charles, like you were alluding to, as a little bit of a wake-up call for them. We'll see.
Now the try here for the extra point. And this is up and good. It cuts the lead to 28-10 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This fielded right at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Still 9 remaining on second down. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
And the catch made by Hopkins. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down.
Now Lawrence to throw. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he's going to have a Falcons first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. They'll go right back to Tunyon.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Now Lawrence.
He lets it fly for Lockett. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Falcons. Tyler Lockett with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Falcons continue to pull away here in this first half.
They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Extra point right down the middle. And a round is on here in this first half. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it ends with a Tyler Lockett touchdown.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC Wild Card matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The second of our 2 games here on this Super Wild Card Saturday is at halftime. We'll get it back out to you guys in just a minute. But first, let's take a look ahead to Sunday's action in the NFC. A 3-6 battle that ought to be a good one, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Falcons, for the Seahawks. And they had success all season throwing the football. No reason for that to change in the playoffs, as they've continued to move the ball well through the air. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
86 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey, and he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
4 yards on the pick. 2nd and 6.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he stopped immediately there. And a line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Lawrence.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, we're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, and it wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
To throw again on second down, Bridgewater. That'll be caught by Cobb. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now a handoff up the middle. Funk. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Second down, Bridgewater. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 35. On play action, it's Bridgewater.
He'll get this to Jake Funk out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
From the 31, Bridgewater.
Quick slant caught by Kirk. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Bridgewater on 1st down. His throw incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. And again, it's Bridgewater. Open man is Kirk, complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Play fake. Bridgewater. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Divine Diablo dropping him behind the line of scrimmage. So the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. So the 3 points there, and CD that helps him inch a bit closer.
When you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Taken in at the 3.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Now Lawrence on 1st down.
Wide open, Amari Cooper. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. Touchdown, Falcons. Amari Cooper, 65 yards. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There's a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Christian Kirk and company heading back onto the field. Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation, the catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants to. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. Well, call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Bridgewater to throw it. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's Bridgewater. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater, quick slant. That's caught by the 5'11" Landry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now a carry for the fullback. This is Watt. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 4 yards.
From just shy of midfield, Bridgewater. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, Bridgewater. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
They go play action with Lawrence. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wildcard matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This is McCaffrey on the give, and he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
And he fires one, but incomplete. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, but that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here. I can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Oh, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35.
On 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. And this complete to Henry over the middle. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he will have a Vikings first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Bridgewater's throw here hauled in by Cup. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 49-yard line.
From just shy of midfield, Bridgewater. Henry's got it out on the left side. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Bridgewater. And able to find Kirk complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Throwing is Bridgewater. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And they'll work this down inside the 30. First down, Bridgewater. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
It's 2nd down and 10.
To throw again on 2nd down, Bridgewater. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. They'll throw again. Bridgewater. It's complete to Watt. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. This will wind up a loss. And that's going to bring it up.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Desperation time. 4th down. Bridgewater. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will recover, but it won't make much difference here. This will still be a turnover on downs. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And, you know, both of us gave these guys a real shot coming in here, but I don't think anyone saw this on the road with this lead in the playoffs. They've looked good a lot of times this year. This is probably as good as they've looked.
Well, it's been a textbook game for them because what you talk about as a visiting team is putting the pressure on the home team. And what puts more pressure on a home team than to be behind the entire game? Because home crowds, they're really from coronation. They expect to win. And when you're behind, it takes the crowd out of the game. And then the crowd gets a little bit uncomfortable, maybe a little bit frustrated with the home team. And that gives you an extra advantage. So they've done it perfectly. Big lead, put everything back on the home team, and they're capitalizing on it.
Right now, that crowd is silent. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. This late in the game, Charles, if you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now Bridgewater. Being chased out left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Trey Hendrickson bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Pardon my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Kirk. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
I'll pick up on 13 on the play. It's third down.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
On the jump ball. It's now fourth down.
Now Bridgewater on fourth down. Going up top for Kupp. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up second.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lawrence. It's caught. Cooper. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now Lawrence. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Casey Hayward on the coverage.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Casey Hayward going down. No gain on the play. And it brings up
third down. Here's McCaffrey. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness. Just about got him into the end zone.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And they were laying them down a couple yards shy of the 30.
And out now come the Vikings.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partners, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
At the 33-yard line.
Flush to his right.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
3rd and 5.
Throwing, Bridgewater. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got him in, complete.
And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20.
Big play there for Minnesota. 48 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Pulled in at the 24. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. They have bucked the trend so far. Sterling performance to this point on the road, no less, in the wild card round. And they look to finish things off here in this fourth quarter. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. It's a pickup at 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 127 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Brandon, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
The Falcons are moving on. Congratulations to them. Thanks for watching, and so long, everybody.